What's up guys? Welcome back to the garage. So disclaimer alert, this video is probably going to be pretty boring if you don't have a FiTech or if you have your FiTech pretty dialed in. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk through some of my settings just so for the people who haven't yet set up their system or have just got their FiTech going, they can see my settings. So first I'm going to go into Go EFI initial setup. I'm going to go up to engine setup, and you can see here I have cylinders 8 because I have a 302. Engine is 301. I know I just said 302, but FiTech does 301 for some reason. For my cam, I have the stock cam in there, so I have 1. For my rev limit RPM, I just have it set at 5,500. You know, I have a Ford Bronco, so it's pretty low on the RPMs. My torque and my horsepower is mainly in the lower RPMs. My idle speed, warm, that's 850. That's basically where you want to set your idle at. I don't have the fuel command center. That's what FCC is, so I haven't messed with that. Tack or 2-wire coil setup, I have mine set at VR coil, which just means that FiTech is controlling my timing. The default is tack, and I have it set at VR coil. Ignition setup. So if you haven't watched my video yet, I have a video on the install of my FiTech, and then I have a whole video on how to set the timing, and then just some other settings that I've learned along the way. So check those videos out. I'll put links to them at the end, and then also up here. Ding. All right, distributor base timing, I have mine set at 10. VR Advance 4000. I talk about that in another video, so check that out. I have mine set at 17.6, and then there's the same option as the last screen. Fan setup, I'm not running an electric fan right now, so my fan is disabled. And then this is to reset the system, and then RPM 2-wire sensitivity. So my engine, you know, my starter isn't super powerful. So I set my RPM at 600 and then start sensitivity to high. Now, if you're having trouble getting your engine started, that's a great place to tweak these numbers because when I first got mine, I actually couldn't get it started because the RPM sensitivity was too high, or this was too low. This was set to low, this number was set, I think it was set a little bit higher. All right, so then if you go into Go EFI Tuning, you have that screen, but I'm gonna go to Go EFI Pro Tuning. Now again, I have a video on how to get the Pro Tuning screen, so check that out if you haven't yet. All right, so this is, you've seen those numbers, I just talked through all of those. Those are if you want to reset some of those things. AFR targets. So the only thing I've really changed is the idle AFR target. I've set it to 13.6. Feel like that's a good place. That's where I got my emissions done at. So that was fantastic that I finally got my emissions done. I couldn't get it done with my carburetor. Spark map. So again, distributor base degree, 10 degrees, VR Advance 17. And then I really haven't messed with any of these numbers. I think this is pretty detailed stuff of where you want your spark to advance more than others. Accelerator pump. So this is if you're in really cold degree weather and having trouble getting started, stuff like that. I have not messed with any of these numbers, so they should all be the stock number. Fuel control, I have messed, oh no, fuel control, I haven't messed with any of those. Rev limit decel cut. So this is, again, the rev limit. DFCO enable temp. So this is when your deceleration fuel cutoff, that's what DFCO means. That's when this is going to drop down, is right there. Now DFCO cut fuel map, I have a video about this. The default is 25, and I actually run mine at 17. Oh, come on. 17. Okay, send to ECU, and then return map, I run mine at 20. And what that does is that helps with that popping that you hear in the exhaust when you're driving it. And then DFCO return fuel, I don't know what the stock number is, but I've set mine to right around 80. And what that does is that just makes sure that you've got some fuel in the system, or it comes back to the system really quickly when you are coming out of deceleration. Dry ring fill, I haven't messed with. Max DRPM drop rate, haven't messed with. Fault rev limit, I haven't messed with. So those are really the only ones that I've messed with on that screen. And then cranking fuel, I haven't done anything on this. But here are my settings. Now, some of these settings may look a little bit different on your system because my FiTech has been self-learning and self-tuning as I've been driving it. So the FiTech has changed some of these, so that's why I'm going through all of them, just kind of looking at them. And right there you see fuel learn rate, idle fuel learn rate, fuel learn rate max. This is how fast FiTech is learning this stuff. So some of these numbers may have even changed if it's learning faster and learning different things better, but I do not believe I have messed with any of those settings. Idle control, again, I have my warm idle speed set at 850. And then I don't think I've actually messed with any of these either. Fan setting, I don't have a fan. Fuel pump control, haven't done anything with these. I haven't. FiTech may have, because it's artificial intelligence that's taking over the world. Learn data, so haven't messed with this, but this might be something that FiTech has changed. And again, you can go in here and reset everything, which I definitely don't want to do. Option coil drive, you've seen that stuff before. And breakpoints. So I haven't messed with any of these, but you know, those are all the breakpoints while you're doing stuff. 170 degrees, don't change that number, but keep that in mind. 170 degrees is when the FiTech begins to learn. So when your engine is running below 170 degrees, according to FiTech, your FiTech controller and all that learning stuff is not happening. So just keep that in mind. You know, you can't just expect your FiTech to learn while it sits idle in your driveway. All right, so those are all of those settings, and I think that's about all the settings that I have there. One thing that I will mention, one good thing to do, FiTech does a lot of stuff with map, and map is their version of vacuum basically. So if you go into large gauges and you turn your map on and your vacuum on, you'll see there that map and vacuum are kind of tied together. So 100 on map is 0 vacuum. Now what you want to do is turn this on and go for a drive, and you can actually see where your map is for your engine. So, you know, if you know that when you are accelerating hard and your vacuum drops out or something weird happens and your map number is really, really high, then you need to make some changes in your handheld controller to compensate for a higher map on acceleration. If you know that when you're decelerating and your map number drops super low, then you know that you need to turn your DFCO down and turn that map number down and with the DFCO. So take a look at that, take it for a drive. That's a great way to just kind of see where your map number is and helps you in the Go EFI Pro Tuning. Now, why am I doing all of this stuff? It's because there are some settings that FiTech isn't going to change that I want differently. Like I didn't want that popping in my exhaust when I let off on the when I was decelerating. So I changed those settings to take that away. Now, you know, if you want your gas pedal more sensitive, FiTech isn't gonna know that, and so they're not gonna be able to change it. So you wanna go in and change some of those settings that are your preference. For the rest of it, FiTech will learn it, and it does really, really well learning everything. And I don't even go in here and touch this stuff anymore because it's so dialed in so well. The only reason I keep my handheld controller is just so it'll continue to learn, and so that I can look at my temperature gauges. I'll turn those on and my RPM because that's not on my dashboard. But yeah, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Check out some of these other videos on the FiTech, and I made a playlist of all of the best videos on YouTube for the FiTech, so make sure to check that out. Thanks a lot, guys.